Hi, I'm Larry Schruff with Breakneck Guitar, and in this lesson I am going to walk you through the introduction of Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Let's go ahead and get started here. First I'm going to turn on my trusty metronome and play the introduction at the same speed as it's actually performed. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through that a little bit slower, step by step. I'll show you the finger positioning I've chosen to use, and we'll get you familiar with this little line. The key thing to notice about this whole introduction is that for the most part it's the exact same set of notes repeated over and over. The only note that actually changes is the first note of each measure. You're going to start with your first finger on the 12th fret of your D string. You're then going to play the octave on your B string 15th fret with your pinky. You will then play frets 14 and 12 with your third finger and first finger, respectively, on the G string. Play those four notes now. Give that a shot a couple of times. One more time. Next comes a slightly more difficult technique, but you can definitely nail it with practice. What I do is I use my pinky to hit the 15th fret of my high E string. I then use my third finger to play the next three notes. I use my third finger and I bar all the way across the G, B, and E strings, and the next three notes I will play will be the 14th fret on the G string, 14th fret on the high E string, back to 14th fret on the G string. So let's review those last four notes that we just covered. Putting all of those 8 together, you can now repeat that for the first two measures of the introduction. Now, notice that I'm intentionally putting a little bit of space between those notes so you can hear and see them individually. When you actually go to play this song like it was done on the album, you want them to flow a little bit more smoothly together. Now, the next two measures are nearly identical to what we just played. However, the first note of each of those measures is going to be our third finger at the 14th fret of our D string. Because you end up starting here, you're going to be doing a lot of barring with your third finger over the next couple of measures. Let me walk you through the notes for measures 3 and 4. Again, we start at the 14th fret of our D string, and the next 7 notes are the exact same as the first measure. 15th fret B string, 14th fret G string, 12th fret G string, and then our string skipping section. So let me play measures 3 and 4 straight through for you. Let's play all four measures we've learned so far. So by now you should be getting very familiar with that lick. Only the first note changes, and for measures 5 and 6 of the intro, it's no different. Just the first note changes. That first note, we're going to use our first finger on the 12th fret of our G string. The next 7 notes are identical to what you've been using in the past. Measures 7 and 8 are literally note for note identical to the first two measures. all 8 together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, up to speed. Okay, so now that you've been walked through the notes of the Introduction to Sweet Child of Mine, the main obstacle for you will probably be just the string skipping and the barring, and making sure that you don't accidentally hit the neighboring string that your pick is leaping over and supposed to be skipping. A lot of times if you're not careful you can get extra strings ringing out. Just like that. It takes a little bit of practice so that you can make each note full length but stand out on its own. And especially where you bar with your third finger starting from the beginning of the measure. That takes extra practice. So don't sweat it if it doesn't come at first. With a little bit of work you'll definitely get it, but please use the fingerings I showed you and you will be well on your way to mastering this riff in no time.